be live on YouTube. Yeah. Yes. 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 All right. We are live on YouTube. We are live on YouTube. How is everybody doing today? How are you all doing today? Welcome to the show. Welcome to another Walking with Purpose live stream, live from one of my most favorite places in the world, Red Morton Park, here in beautiful, glorious, and wonderful Redwood City, California, where I live. I hope that you are all having a fantastic day. I am having a great day so far, but it's been a long day, and it's going to be even a longer day. But I'm totally cool with it. Hey, babe, how you doing? Can you hear me clearly? Can you hear me coming through the mic? Can you can you hear me tap the microphone? I just want to make sure that the audio is coming through perfectly. Yeah. Hey, Coach Eli, how you doing? Happy holidays to you and yours. Hope you're doing well. Okay, so it sounds good. Great. Wonderful. It's great to see you folks here today. I've been quite busy with my lady, and we have been, like the title says, sometimes you have to work your tail off. Oh, I know you've been working your tail off too. I'll say ass now because, I can't put that in the title, get demonetized, right, Coach Eli? But I can say here that, I can say, I've been working my ass off. Sometimes you have to work your ass off, right? You just cannot put that in the title. That is the thing. So, and let me just keep moving forward here because there is some loud music playing in the background, and even though there is incidental coverage for mobile streams from the Content ID system, which puts out copyright claims, I don't want to take any chances, right? It's part of my proactive style to everything in life. Yeah, folks, I just decided to go live on the fly today. I didn't schedule this out. I just kind of threw this stream in here, and that's how it's going to be, for probably quite some time, for at least maybe the next 2 to 4 weeks, maybe a month and a half or so. We'll talk more about that as the show goes on. And, I really, really hope that a lot of men that have been struggling with this concept here, especially millennial men, I hate to, pick on the millennials again, but they are, unfortunately, the laziest generation on the planet, especially the men. Not all of them, but a large majority of them are the laziest people on the planet, right? I really, really hope that as many men hear this message as possible, and women too, but more so women, this will help you because, I honestly feel in this modern world that women have become way more responsible than men. Not all. Some men are responsible, like myself and Coach J-Ron, right? And there are irresponsible women as well, don't get me wrong. But it seems like we're seeing a shift where more and more women are becoming more responsible and more men are becoming irresponsible. And then you wonder why your relationships fail and don't work, right? You wonder why your relationships fail and don't work, right? It has to do with laziness. It has to do with not wanting to work to be able to do your part to provide for the relationship, right? And I'll share more about that as the show goes on, because right now my lady and I are working our ass off. We both have our individual income, that we have. My lady has hers, and I've had mine. But because of some unexpected expenses, like we've been talking about for a while, we had to pick up a side hustle. We have to pick up a side hustle, right? Because you got to do what you got to do. You know, if you have more going out at the end of the month than coming in, you got to do what you got to do to bring more in, right? And sometimes you got to work your butt off. You got to cut other things out, right? You got to cut playtime out, and you got to get serious and say, look, we're a little behind. What's going to catch up, right? Here's what it's going to take. Long hours, all day, every day, at least 5 to 6 days per week, through multiple, income sources, right? And there are lots of opportunities out there today for any average Joe Blow or Sally, whatever you want to call her last name, right? Any Joe Blow or Sally Smith or whatever, right? Lots of opportunities for you folks to bring in some extra income during some tough times where you have more going out than coming in, right? And sometimes, let's say you're a guy in a relationship with a lady, right? Hey, JT, I just saw you go live briefly. If you leave your stream publicly available, I'll check it out sometime later tonight. But I saw you go live, and I'll check it out. I got the notification right before I went live, brother. But how are you doing? Welcome to the show. Happy holidays to you and yours, JT, Seabear. I found a little bit of time today to do a brief Walking with Purpose stream. It's going to be a couple laps because I got some other things to do tonight. Just messing with some old drama. It's all good, bro. I have no time for that shit anymore. I don't. I honestly, dude, I pay zero attention to any of these drama W's anymore. I don't. Eli, so good to see you live. Is that what it means? Can't see his queen says Eli? SGTSY live. That means so good to see you live. Even an old fuck like myself at 49 years old knows what that means, right? That was great, NCS Queen. Seabear, a.k.a. JT, says, someone admitted some truth way after the incident. Well, here's the thing, JT. It's just drama and drama and drama and drama. And you know what, bro? What a lot of you folks don't realize is that the more that you talk about this drama involving certain people, the more money you put in their pocket. Because there are people that are monetizing it, and that's why they're stirring up the drama pot. I really wish all of you would realize that the more and more you talk about this drama, right, the more and more money you're going to put in their pocket, right? And that's part of the reason why I don't talk about it. But the main reason I don't talk about it anymore is because I just don't care. I don't. I really don't care. It's stupid. It's dumb. It's played out. Right? Hey, Holly's Haunted Happenings. Hello, Eli and everyone. Hey, Holly. I just decided to go live on the fly. I didn't even schedule this. I just kind of went live. It's all good. But anyway. So, like I was saying, sometimes you got to work your tail off. You got to work your ass off, right? My lady says, hey, everyone. JT says, well, if you ignore them and go on and let them talk themselves to death, they eventually tell the truth on themselves. LMAO, you're right. You're right, bro. Here's the thing, JT. There's a lot of stuff I could talk about right now. A lot of stuff that's fake, instigated BS drama, right? I can make a spectacle out of it, right? Probably get more views temporarily and stuff like that, right? But it's not what I'm all about. And I really don't care, right? Because, in my opinion, it's been played out like a wet rag, right? Right? It's been played out like beyond played out, bro. And here's the thing, JT, people are going to get off on talking about the same shit over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. They can go insane without me, bro, because I have no time to go insane. I'm focused, laser focused, between what I do out here, working my investments from the money I made in the past in insurance and bringing in some more money. Carlisle 13. You're probably a stock account. Praise Kronos, the true Lord of illumination. May he bless us all through the black cube of Saturn. Welcome, bro. You trolling on behalf of a drama group? Yeah, you just got banned. Thank you, Holly. Man. I've been doing this YouTube thing way too long to not just laugh at the mindless and spineless stupidity of some people that just can't move on, right? Because you want a piece of Coach Eli, right? You want a piece of Coach Eli in the same ways that my lady gets a piece. And let me tell you, no one gets a piece of Coach Eli in the same way that my lady does. Right? Right? I'm going to sing that song by, what was it, En Vogue? No, you're never going to get it. Never, ever going to get it. No, you're never going to get it. Never, ever going to get it. That's right. No, you're never going to get it, right? It's all good. You want a piece of Coach Eli, but you're never going to get it. Never going to get it, never going to get it. Never going to get it, never going to get it. Never going to get it, never going to get it. Never going to get it. Whoa, 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 whoa. I'm in a pretty good mood, even though I'm a little tired. I've been working my ass off, but I'm in a good mood, man. What do we got now? 18 in the box? 6 thumbs up. If someone hits that super chat, we can make it rain. I'll tell you what, it's been raining out here in the San Francisco Bay Area, but there's a break in the rain for like a day or so now. It was coming down earlier today, and last night it was coming down really, really hard. But it's kind of cleared up for now. It'll be back. And it's En Vogue. Sorry, it's En Vogue. You're right. Sorry. I screwed up. It is En Vogue. You're right. Right, I blew that. Right. Yeah, you're right. It is En Vogue. It was one of those female groups from the 90s. Yeah, En Vogue, right. En Vogue, SWV, which is Sisters with Voices, TLC, right? All those female groups. Man, great stuff, right? Yeah, I butchered that, Holly. Sorry about that. Is it good, bad? I really don't know. Yeah, I don't know what to tell you, JT. I don't know, man. I mean, it is what it is, right? It is what it is, right? Here's the thing. There are reruns on TV that you can watch 10, 20 times and still laugh just as hard as the first time, right? But then if you start to watch them 50 or 100 times each, it gets really, really old, right? Like, I used to love watching Three's Company, and I would watch the reruns. I've seen every episode of Three's Company probably 20 or 30 times, right? Laugh just as hard every time. But now, here's the thing. I mean, I could recite each episode word for word, right? So if Three's Company, I'm sure it's playing somewhere on some, cable or satellite TV station, right? Or on some streaming platform, right? I wouldn't watch it because, it's nothing new. It's the same thing, right? But some people, JT, for some reason, never get tired of certain things. like me. They make me their life purpose. And I don't know, man. I just don't know. I don't know, bro. You should do a weekly karaoke night with RMP on this channel. Well, maybe we might do that in the new year. Possibly. Holly says, good idea, NC. Holly's Huntington Happenings. Thank you again for being here, Holly, and everyone else, too. They seem to be obsessed for sure. No, bro, it's basically I'm very profitable to them, right? They make the most money when they talk about me, right? Right? And, you know, I'm just a humble person. I don't even think I'm some kind of star, but these people that are obsessed with me, like, are obsessed in the way people are obsessed over actual Hollywood stars, right? Like, the obsession over me is like a similar obsession to a Hollywood star. And I'm nowhere near that level. I'm not trying to criticize myself or put myself down. I'm a humble person, you know? That's all good, you know, to each its own, right, JT? To each its own, right? I've learned a lot about being on YouTube, a shared platform, with very light moderation, right? I've just learned to keep moving forward and keep doing my own thing. And when the right people come along, the right people come along, right? In the meantime, if I need to make a little extra money on top of what I got, I can work side hustles. And you know what? I have no shame in doing that, right? And I'm actually quite enjoying the side hustle I've been doing right now with my lady. I enjoy it. I spend time with her, and we make money. What's better than that, right? What's better than that? Nothing better than that, right? Whew, we've got 20 people here. That's great. So before I get to it, folks, just to remind you, folks, that the content that my lady and I create here, my lady will be back sometime this week. Her and I will do a stream together to catch everyone up on some things, right? And to just continue helping you folks. But to remind you folks that the content my lady and I create out here, you know, it takes a lot of time and effort and dedication. And lately, because of some unexpected expenses, we haven't been able to put out as much. So that's why, you know, we kindly ask for your support through crowdfunding, because the more you can support us through crowdfunding, the more content we can give you instead of working our side hustle, right? And I'm not saying I don't want to work the side hustle. I enjoy it. I'm not a lazy person. I'm just saying the choice is yours, right? So if you feel it in your heart and you've gotten value here based on the content that you've viewed with myself, my lady, or when we're both doing content together, you can make a donation in any amount based on the value you feel you are receiving. You can do so in one of several ways. You can go to the bottom of the chat. Hang on, I got some mud here. You can go to the bottom of the chat and hit that $sign and send a super chat or super sticker. On the live stream replays, once YouTube finishes processing them, that could take up to 12 hours. Or any pre-recorded video on a monetized channel, like this channel here, Coach Eli 2 Authentic Live Streams, and my main channel, Coach Eli, Elias, Melas, both monetized. You can send a super thanks in the comments section if you missed the live stream, right? Look for the heart that says thanks in the middle of it. And you can send a paid, highlighted comment with your donation, and it'll be highlighted in the comments section. If that doesn't work for you, you can also donate via Cash App or PayPal. Nightbot is sharing my PayPal and Cash App links every 7 minutes in the chat. On PayPal, you can go to paypal.me/Coach Eli. And on Cash App, I'm just waiting for these people to walk by. They keep walking in my path, trying to avoid them. And on Cash App, you can go to $, the real Coach Eli. Now, if you send via PayPal or Cash App, we will get that money immediately and put it to good use. Trust me, we'll put it to good use. If you donate via, you know, the Google system, Google payment system, through Super Chat, Super Stickers, and Super Thanks or channel memberships. Whatever the amount we have in our account at the end of each month gets paid the following month during the third week. So, for example, after December 30th, this month will close, and we'll get that money around the 19th, 20th, 21st, or 22nd of the following month, around there. It's typically the third week of each month, towards the end of the third week of each month, going into the fourth week, right? So basically, it's almost 2 months. It's almost up to 2 months before we get our money, if you count the money at the beginning of the previous month, right? So that's how the system works. Plus, if you donate via, the Google system here through Super Chat, Super Stickers, Super Thanks, channel memberships, YouTube and Google gets 30% of that, and we get 70%. On Cash App and PayPal, the fees are like around 3% or so we get 97% of that money. Hey, Senator Palacio, how you doing? Welcome to the show. Great to see you here. Happy holidays to you and yours. I had a little bit of time in between doing other things, busting my ass, my lady and I busting our ass, doing other things. We had a little time to do this show, so I went live on the fly. Thank you for being here, Sandra. Hello, Holly, J-Rom, JT, RMP, and Queen. Yeah, we've got 26 in the box right now. We've got 8 thumbs up. Thank you so much for being here, folks. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Let's see what's going on over here. Redwood City Parks and Rec with Epic Lights present annual family holiday music and light show. December 10th through January 1st, 6:30 and 8 p.m. Wow, babe, we should actually come and see this. Dancers in the park. Wow, free. Oh, that's nice. Something still is free in this world, especially here in the Bay Area. Something still free in the Bay Area. That's great. Yeah, and I've been doing streams here for years, and they have this thing every year. Maybe one of these nights I'll be around, or maybe later tonight I'm going to do one more lap. If it gets dark enough, I'll go through the vortex tunnel. It's pretty cool going through that while you're live on the air. You could switch cameras, the front and back cameras, and can give you folks a pretty cool effect, right? Sandra Palacios says, making stew and listening. My tamales came out so good. Oh, man, Sandra. I like tamales. I love tamales. The problem with tamales, Sandra, or any Mexican food or Greek food for that sake, is very fattening, Sandra. It's very addicting and very fattening. I bet you your tamales are damn good. You hear me? Hot tamales, that's right. I'll bring you someone SU. That sounds good. Yeah, we'll get together for some coffee or lunch. We'll take you to lunch in January at some point. Our treat. Chinese is similar. Well, that has a lot of MSG and all that in it, right? Not only is it very fattening, it has MSG. And I'm not talking about Madison Square Garden. MSG is no good. No good MSG. Right? Anyway. Yeah, so, sometimes you have to work your tail off. And sometimes you have to work your tail off during times like the holiday season. I'll share this for example purposes once again. So, you guys and gals out there that are irresponsible and you're wondering why your relationships don't work out, or people are constantly hounding you for money, or you have bill collectors on your ass, it's because you're being irresponsible and you don't have your priorities straight, right? See, here's the thing. Do you think I really want to work extra hours during the holiday season over spending time with my lady and my family? No. But like I've been saying, for example, purposes for the last several days and for a little while now, my lady and I had some unexpected expenses this year, right? And it caught up to us. It happens, right? Shit happens, right? Right? And when shit happens, you've got to reevaluate the situation. And if you're in a relationship, let me tell you something. Like my lady and I, we're not married, but we're going to get married one of these days. But we live together, right? So we're practically married, right? So her money is my money is her money, right? Her problems are my problems, and my problems are her problems, right? So why wouldn't we work together, right? That's the problem with people in relationships. They don't understand. People in relationships don't understand that, like, for example, again, in my relationship, my lady's problems are my problems. I inherit them, and she inherits my problems too. That's the way it works. So why wouldn't we work together to figure each other's problems out so we can have a happy and healthy and sane life, right? And that includes financially. One of the quickest ways for people to split up is over money. Not having enough money to pay rent, bills, whatever, right? And primarily, I'll tell you nowadays, like I've said before, and I said at the beginning of this show, men have become much more irresponsible than women. And that's why women dump you guys, because you're irresponsible. You're just irresponsible with everything, including money, right? Or you work dead-end jobs with no future. And if a woman can't see a future in you and your purpose, then why should she be with you, right? Right? If you don't believe in yourself, and if you don't invest if you don't invest as much in yourself as possible and become the best version of yourself you can be, why should any woman want you, right? This is what you guys don't understand. You guys think you're entitled to women, right? No. No one's entitled to shit. You got to work. You got to work. And sometimes you got to work and do things you don't want to do to survive, right? That's what you got to do. That's why right now my lady and I are busting ass during the holiday season. You know, we worked Christmas Day, right? We worked Christmas Eve. We've been working pretty much almost every day since, except yesterday. We took a day off because of some other things we needed to handle that were more important. Sometimes there are more important things to handle. But you got to prioritize by what's most important. And playing around, jerking around, right? And expecting someone else to hold your own burden, especially if you're a guy, and let's say you're living with a woman and she out-earns you, and you have a dead-end job, and you're not striving to make more money or work at a side hustle to bring in more money, she's going to eventually lose respect for you and dump you. And you're going to deserve it. You will. It's the truth of the matter, right? It may be harsh, but it's true, right? That's why you have a lot of women nowadays say, what happened to men in this world? Well, men became women and women became men. It's the truth of the matter, right? Not in all cases, but many, right? These guys are like lost puppies. What do I have below my belt? I don't know, dude. When was the last time you used the bathroom? I mean, how do you go number one? You better check yourself before you wreck yourself, right? Oh, I'm feeling great today, I'll tell you that. I'm feeling really good. I'm feeling amazing. Yeah, and yesterday, yesterday my lady was really, really tired. So we took the day off. We rested and stuff, and like I said, we've been working our ass off, right? And I also talked to my lady's mother yesterday for 2 hours. Sometimes my lady's mother and I will talk. My lady was just sleeping. She couldn't sleep the night before. Sometimes she has insomnia, right? And we're going to get that all figured out when she goes to her first appointment with her new doctor in a few weeks, right? So in the meantime, got to do what you got to do. But yeah, I talked with her mother yesterday, and it's all good. It's all good, right? Well, unless they say they don't use MSG, and then they probably still do. Holly says yes, finances are one of the number one reasons. Right, Holly. One of the top reasons, if not the number one reason, that relationships fail is because of a lack of income. Right? And like I said, hey, the ghost of Whoosh Whoosh, how you doing? Happy holidays to you and yours, man. Welcome to the show. It's great to see you here, man. Great to see you. And the funny thing is, nowadays, in the majority of cases where there's a lack of income, it's typically the man, not the woman. Now, I'm a little more old school, right? I'm a little more old school. And, you know, like if I'm with a woman that doesn't want to work a traditional job and wants to help me in some of my self-employed stuff like my lady is, I'm totally cool with that, right? I would actually prefer that, right? And let me give you an example from, my lady. My lady, like, ever since, she left her job earlier, last year, I think it was in April or so. I can't remember exactly. February no, it was April, I think, right? She had investments and all that, and she had unemployment and all that, and she's doing fine. But she's wanted to get another job, and she's put in some applications. But honestly, like I told her, I said, look, let's just work self-employed jobs. That's what people do nowadays, right? We can do jobs that'll make us more money than working for someone else, and we make our own schedule, right? And we work when we want to work. Now, you still have to work, don't get me wrong. Just because you get to choose when you want to work, doesn't mean you get to lollygag and jerk off all day, no. But you have flexibility, right? And see, for me, when I'm my own boss, let's say, I've been an independent contractor for many people in my life, right? So, an independent contractor is basically someone self-employed that is working for another company as a contractor, right? You're not an actual hourly or salaried employee. You're an independent contractor that makes your own schedule. You work when you want to work, but still, you have to work to make money. And the more hours you work, the more money that you make, right? That's the bottom line. And for me, whenever I've been an independent contractor, right, or doing another gig like YouTube and stuff, I'm more motivated to put in more hours because no one's forcing me to do it, number one. And number two, I love what I do because I'm not going to be an independent contractor or be self-employed at anything that I don't enjoy doing, right? And when you enjoy what you do, it's not work, right? You don't even look at it. It doesn't even feel like work. You just enjoy doing it, right? Whoosh Whoosh says, hello. Furthermore, what type of self-employed jobs do you recommend? Well, it all depends on what you enjoy doing, right? Whoosh Whoosh, have you heard of the gig economy? I'm sure you have. You're a very smart guy. You've heard of all these things, right? Right? There are many jobs that people can do right now in their spare time and supplement their income at a decent level as long as, you put in the effort, right? You still have to work. And while it may be easy work, you have to do a lot of the easy work, which means you have to work, right? So, gig economy, right? There's like, you can drive for Uber, you can drive for Lyft, okay? You can also do deliveries, Instacart, you can do DoorDash, you can do Uber Eats, you can do Postmates, right? Those are some opportunities. There are many others, but those are some of the more popular ones, right? Right? And there are many other things, like I said, just you go online and you look for opportunities. The internet is the best place to make money, right? If you're not using the internet or your phone applications to make money nowadays, at least for some supplemental income, then you're losing money. You are. There's plenty of money out there, right? There's plenty of opportunities out there. I have watched Darren Biedman do Uber Eats or DoorDash. Oh, really? Is he still around? Darren Biedman, yeah. Yeah. I forgot what his YouTube channel was called. He had one called Darren Biedman, but he was like MGTOW. Oh, MGTOW's the only way to live. Yeah, I remember. You're talking about the dude that used to run the MGTOW is the only way to live channel, right? That dude was the furthest thing from MGTOW, brother. It's funny when people, have a title of their YouTube channel stating MGTOW is the only way to live, and that guy's not MGTOW at all. Most of us really aren't MGTOW because, we're not willing to give up the P. You know what the P is, right? I'm not willing to give up the P. I think my lady would be very disappointed if I wanted to give up the P, man. Right? There are people watching this right now saying, "What the hell's wrong with Eli? Like, he seems like he's as high as a kite, right?" Maybe so. I'm high on life, okay? I'm high on life. I'm not on anything. I'm not drinking. I'm not smoking. I'm not consuming anything. Just healthy shit and walking with purpose, right? Walking with purpose. I'm not sure it's that profitable. Darren is single. I don't know. Well, yeah, here's the thing. As with any business, you've got to figure out your rhythm. You have to figure out what works for you. And you're going to have good days and bad days, bro. That's how everything goes, right? But with any business in the gig economy or the internet e-commerce, right? You got to maximize your good days and minimize your bad days. So maximize your earnings and minimize your losses, right? Because as a businessman, you're always going to have losses at some point. There's no way you're going to be profitable every single day you're in business. The key to successful is having more profitable days than days that you have losses, right? But anyway, I digress. The auto exposure, low light compensation is kicking in on the iPhone 12 Pro Max. I tell you, this phone, I've had it for 2 years now. It's still a damn good phone. Still has 88% of its battery life. And you don't have to change these batteries until they hit below 80%. Like the 13 Pro Max and the 14 Pro Max. Yeah, the cameras are a little bit better, but it's not really that big of a difference. And they all have 6 gigs of RAM, so they're just as fast. And they have 120 hertz refresh rate on the screen, which this one only has 60, but not that big of a deal. They call it ProMotion. Next year's iPhone is going to be the iPhone 15 Ultra. They're going to copy the Samsung terminology, right? Like the S22 Ultra. Right now, iPhone's going to go, we're going to call it the iPhone 15 Ultra. And we're finally going to add USB-C. We're going to get rid of Lightning, and we're going to add USB-C, which is the global standard, right? After all these years, I mean, the Lightning cable was fantastic when it first came out. That's before USB-C became mainstream. But USB-C, I got to tell you, I wasn't too fond of USB-C initially, but actually I love USB-C now. It's easy. It's you could flip it on both sides. It's much smaller than USB-A. It's great. And then give us faster transfer rates on our iPhones, because we can do 4K video, but we can only transfer at USB 2.0 speeds, which is 480 megabits per second. right? That's slow as hell. It literally takes me 20 to 30 minutes to offload a 4K video off my iPhone to my laptop, and my laptop is super fast. It has, USB 3.2 and Thunderbolt 3. I know there's better now, but it's still fast. It can handle it. But anyway, so yeah, guys and gals, sometimes you've got to work your tail off. You've got to do something you don't want to do to survive, right? To make ends meet. Sometimes you have to work during certain times of the year that you don't want to work, right? To finish what I was saying earlier, I've got the majority of my bills due on the first of the month. And, sure, I can make minimum payments and stop working now, but that's not the way I want to live my life, right? And so I need to have a certain amount by the first of the month in order to do things the right way, right? To keep up with the bills. And because this month, due to added expenses, like I've been talking about, between my lady and I, because, hey, we're one now. We're a team, right? Her expenses are my expenses are her expenses. We're a team. When you're truly a team, you share everything, right? Because of that, because of the move from her place to my place and all that stuff, we knew in advance that we were going to need a little extra money to stay afloat by the first. So we started doing a side hustle, and we've been busting ass, and we're tired. Yes, and we really want to enjoy more time with our family during this time of the year, and we have enjoyed time with friends and family. Not as much as we'd like, but we had to do what we had to do. And all I'm saying to you folks out there, sometimes you just have to do what you have to do. You have to suck it up, Buttercup. And don't be embarrassed by it. Don't be ashamed by it, right? You'd be surprised the people that work a side hustle that you would never have thought would work a side hustle, right? And there are even people, it's interesting, there are even people working side hustles that don't need the money, but they do it because they just enjoy working, and whatever they were doing in the past they're no longer doing. It's like they're pretty much retired, but they're not at the age where they want to stop working yet, right? If you fear doing certain types of side hustles or any side hustles or working anything in the gig economy, trying to make some extra money, if you fear that, then you've got some insecurities. You got some major insecurities. If you're worried, as a guy, if you're worried what your woman's going to think about you if you work a side hustle, that you typically wouldn't work, and she scrutinizes you for it, then she's not the right woman for you, right? What's the best way to move files from Android to Windows? Well, I know how to do it on the iPhone, and that's just to plug in the lightning cable, and you copy it from the iPhone folder to the Windows folder, right? Or you can even move it there, right? When you move it, it moves it from the iPhone, deletes it off the iPhone, and then it goes to your laptop or desktop. I'm sure it's the same thing with Android. If you have a Samsung or whatever you have, right? You put your USB-C cable into the Samsung or whatever Android you have, and then the other side into the USB port of your laptop or desktop. Most people now have converted to USB-C, so it's probably going to be USB-C to USB-C. It could be USB-C to USB-A, but you just connect it from your phone to your laptop, and it should, Windows should automatically populate a window saying, what would you like to do? Would you like to open the file folder and some other options? Man, there's some people there that are just not controlling their dogs. Wow. All right. By the way, this is the kindness corner. What you see right here, remember years ago I was talking about the kindness corner a few years back when they started to, redo this park. I mean, for the most part, the playground area is done, but this is the kindness corner. You have some nice benches here. You got some nice new trash bins, recycle and trash. You got some barbecue pits over there and over here. I mean, it's pretty cool. Yeah, and what I would also do, whoosh whoosh, YouTube is the best place to get like how-to videos. Just do, how to transfer files from whatever phone you have, Samsung Galaxy or old, Note or whatever you have, or iPhone, whatever you have, to your laptop, to your PC, or to your Mac. And then, watch a video. You'll see how to do it visually. And then what I would do is go do a Google search and then read the instructions. Or sometimes you can find a blog that has a YouTube video embedded with the actual written instructions. And that's probably my best advice on how to learn things. I'll tell you this. What intrigued me, what got me to become a YouTube loyal fan and premium subscriber is the how-to stuff. I think some of the most valuable content out here on YouTube is how-to stuff. How to fix things, how to transfer files, how to use video editing programs, blah, 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 right? Name it, right? I consider myself a how-to channel. And I consider myself an educational channel. And on YouTube now, you can actually go and select the type of content. You've always been able to do it, but if you select the type of content in YouTube Studio before you do a live stream or publish a video, pre-recorded video, you can select education, and then there are more options. You can say, is this how-to content or what type of content it is, right? And then you can select how-to, and then there are options. Is it for beginners? Is it for intermediate people, or is it advanced? Right? I put how-to and beginner, because when people typically seek out personal development, they're beginners. They're looking for it because they're trying to make a change in their life, right? Anyway. Folks, get your final questions, comments, and concerns in the chat. We're going to be going off the air in about 5 to 7 minutes or less. I'm turning the corner here, heading back to my car, and then I got to go and eat something, and then got to head out. Got things to do. Got to keep moving forward. Again, like Holly was saying earlier, and I agree, probably the number one thing that destroys marriages and relationships is a lack of money, a lack of financial responsibility. Let's call it financial responsibility, because, look, you don't have to be rich to live a decent life. You just have to know how to budget yourself. And you can't spend money beyond your means, right? Right? You can't spend money like a millionaire when you're making 100 grand a year, 150 grand a year. You can't. And that's the problem. A lot of people are living beyond their means, and it catches up to you very quickly. And then not only do you lose your house, you lose your car, you lose everything, right? Your car gets repoed, all that, right? But you lose your significant other and even possibly some family. Then where are you going to go? All right? Don't put yourself in that position. Be proactive, right? Try to forecast, the future. That's what I do. You got to forecast your finances like we forecast the weather nowadays, right? That's why they call it a forecast, right? And you got to maximize your good days, but also anticipate there are going to be bad days. But when you anticipate those bad days, you got to try to minimize the damage, right? So let me ask you this. When are people more prone to driving their car just for a fun day out, right? When it's raining or snowing or when it's sunny, right? It's when it's sunny. When it's raining hard or snowing hard, you may choose to not drive. Why? It's not as safe. And unless you absolutely need to get in your car to go to work or to go to the supermarket or something essential, most people are not going to drive with adverse weather when it's unnecessary, right? It's too risky. The same thing with your finances, right? Right? You're going to have bad days, right? You're going to have good days, and you maximize the good days. But when you have bad days, you got to treat it like a rainy day. You got to run for shelter and stay calm and minimize the damage, right? That's my best advice to you folks. So anyway, we got 12 in the box still, 8 thumbs up. Thank you so much for being here, folks. I got to run. Have yourselves a good one. I may be back tomorrow for another walk. Oh, on your side hustle. Yeah, I haven't put out what I'm doing as a side hustle because obviously I don't want people to know because people try to do stupid things out here on YouTube. But it's primarily using a laptop computer. Let's put it that way. It does involve things outside the office, but it also involves being at home and being on the computer. I'll put it to you that way. I used to deliver cars to auto dealers, LOL. Well, did you use a car carrier? I'm sure you probably used a car carrier, and you were probably either working for somebody or you were an independent contractor or something like that, or you worked for yourself. Either way, good money, but man, that's a tough job. Man, that's not easy driving a car carrier, man. And if you had a car carrier of 6 to 8 to 10 cars, whew, man. Yeah, I was a truck driver. Yeah, no, I mean, it's fun work, and it can get lonely, and it pays good money. But especially if you're towing a car carrier, man, that's a lot of responsibility, bro. But good for you. You probably made a ton of money, and now you're just ready to relax. Like Coach J-Rom made a ton of money in the trucking business. But, after decades, it catches up to you and you're like, my purpose is more than this. I want to help people, Yeah, I loved what I did. I made good money and I toured the country and stuff and yada, yada, yada. But now I made enough. I've saved money. I'm doing well. I want to, do something else and reinvest my money into making more money with something that I'm more passionate about, and it's more in alignment with my purpose. But anyway, folks, got to run, got things to do. Keep it locked here to Coach Eli, 2 Authentic Life Streams. Also subscribe to my main channel, Coach Eli, Elias, Melas. I'll be putting out some more content there as soon as possible. With that being said, have a good one. Take care. And as always, be good to each other.